Pranams to all the blessed beings. We will continue with our journey in learning of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Today we will discuss on the fifth sutra in Samadhi Pada. Now if we remember what we had discussed earlier, we started off with the first sutra, Atha Yoganushasana, and we use the word Anushasanam to mean that it is a discipline which is self-imposed, unlike Shasana, which is a rule of law which is established from outside. Now this word Anushasana is important to learn the fifth sutra. Going on from there, in second sutra we learned the definition of yoga when Patanjali said Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That means cessation of all fluctuations of activities of mind is yoga. There are two words that we have used here, the word fluctuation and the word activities of the mind. Now these two words are again relevant in learning the fifth sutra. Going on from here, in the third sutra, Patanjali said Tadadrushtu Swarupena Avasthanam. That means at the time when there is cessation of all the fluctuations of the activities of the mind, the original self, the drishta, the knower, the pure consciousness, the jivatma is established in his original form. Then in the fourth sutra, Patanjali said Vrittisarupam Itaratra. Itaratra means at other times when there is a fluctuating mind, then your very being is expressed by the thought and emotion you hold in your mind at that time. So when we say mind, what we mean is thoughts. There cannot be mind without thoughts. Now these thoughts, as we know, originate from either the experiences of the world through the sense organs or the memory bank that we have or imagination, and that thoughts are always coupled with feelings or emotions. Having known this, we will proceed further. We also have known that the subconscious mind is housed by the body, and that the conscious mind and subconscious mind are all one continuum and they are affected by thought and emotion. Now in the first sutra we had self-discipline that was required, and in the second sutra we had thoughts and emotions and fluctuations. Now fluctuations in the mind and body are a result of our thoughts. Whenever we have a thought that comes to the mind, it gets coupled with an emotion or a feeling, and that affects the subconscious mind which is situated in the body. Every thought affects the body, and every thought creates fluctuation in the conscious and subconscious mind. Now we will try and understand this better by comparing our mind to the surface of a lake. Now if mind is the surface of a lake and thoughts are thought to be pebbles, whenever I throw a pebble into the lake, depending on how forcefully I throw it, there is a splash as the stone enters the lake, and there are ripples or waves that are created. Much similar to this, whenever a thought occurs in the mind, the conscious and subconscious minds have ripples. Now on the same lake surface, which is placid or stable or without any ripples, I take the pebble, gently go till I touch the surface and let the pebble sink inside. Do I see a splash or a ripple? No, I don't. That is because of the way in which the pebble enters the lake. So we have two kinds of thoughts. Those thoughts which cause a splash and a ripple and disturb the surface of the lake, which is now compared to mind, causing fluctuations, and those thoughts which do not cause any fluctuations. So if I can call those thoughts which cause fluctuations are those which disturb the sadhana of a yoga student, I can call those thoughts which do not cause the ripple as helpful for the path of sadhana by the student. Now there are two groups of thoughts which have come now. So the thoughts which cause disturbance or fluctuation in the mind are called as klishta, and those thoughts which do not cause ripples or fluctuations in the mind, they are called as aklishta. So there is klishta and there is aklishta variety of thoughts. Having learned this, we will now read the fifth sutra. Vrittayah panchatayah klishta aklishta. So vritti or the activities of the mind are of 5 varieties, and they can be grouped into the klishta or those which cause fluctuation in the mind, or aklishta or those which do not cause too much of fluctuations or disturbance in the mind. Now vrittis are the sum total of all the thoughts and activities of the mind that a person can have throughout his life, which is now divided into 5 categories. Just as we have a book written on a subject which has several chapters, each chapter covering something distinct, but all the chapters being linked to one another by the theme or the purpose of that text, we have thoughts which are coming in the minds of human beings, which are classified into 5 categories, which are distinct from one another but are related. So we will have a repetition of the 5th sutra. Vrittayah panchatayah klishta klishta. The activities of the mind are of 5 varieties, and they can either be klishta or aklishta. We will go on to learn what are these 5 categories of the activities, or what are the vrittis, in our next sutra. Pranams to all of you.